The horse is a constant source of inspiration. It features at the start of our film, just like at the beginning of cinematography. Did you know that Edward Muybridge stretched strings across the racetrack and attached them to cameras to capture the first film recording of movement? The horse is also the symbol of the region that we'll be talking about. So what is the Pardubicky region like? You'll see beauty everywhere you look. From the south, you'll hear the clinking of hooves on Železna Hora. And from the north, echoes from the Orlicki Mountains. They go all the way to the Polish border and the Kralicki Snežnik Massif. From this rooftop of Europe, waters flow into 3 seas. The walls of the Litomyšl Palace complex resound with nobility. This is a Renaissance jewel with the UNESCO World Heritage listing. Or the Slatinani Palace, with its renowned horse museum. You definitely cannot overlook the belly button of the eastern Elbe Valley, the Kunietice Castle, simply nicknamed Kunka, which means toad. The well-preserved historical town centers will charm you in Policzka, Morawska Trzebowa, and understandably in Pardubicky, the heart of the region. While strolling from the Zelena Gate to the Pardubicky Chateau, it's as if one can still hear the rattling of a carriage of one of the Pernstein nobles, to whom the estate of the Pardubicky region belonged. Speed and strength. Here our story will take on the spurs of top sports performances. Firstly, and most importantly, Pardubicky has great hockey. Stars like Vladimir Martinez or Dominik Hasek grew up on the ice in Pardubicky. Thousands of spectators provide the atmosphere, and only a few less are found at basketball, which can confidently boast the best attendance in the National League. Let's rest our muscles and turn on our brain cells. Though at the International Chess and Games Festival, we might sweat even more. And it's checkmate, dear friend. And now we come to the Velika Pardubicky steeplechase. Real spurs and one of the most demanding and prestigious steeplechases on the old continent. Spectators have been marveling at the feats of horse and riders since 1874. And it's not just a sport, it's a tradition and a social event. And that's nice, don't you agree? And elegant, like at a show-jumping event. The roads unite. They'll take you to the region's most beautiful locations, whether you go on foot, on skates, by bicycle, boat, or even horseback. There are more than 600 kilometers of riding trails. An important intersection is Ranch Kovarzów, not far from the Sech Dam. If you don't have your trusty steed, you can still let yourself be taken through the countryside in a rocking motion on the Arnost of Pardubicky, a well-known cruise boat of the Elbe Valley. If you need to travel on, then it's simple. Pardubicky is an important transportation hub. The Pendolino Express train will take you anywhere in an instant. Attention, dear passengers. You'll be in Prague in less than an hour and in Ostrava in 2. And if you're traveling farther, take advantage of the local international airport. Tens of thousands of travelers depart each year to Moscow, Tunisia, Crete, and to other distant destinations. More than 100 years ago, the freedom to move freely and the desire for flight captivated the local-born Czech aviator and constructor Jan Kaspar. A traditional air show is held in his honor with a bit of everything that the blue sky has to offer. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. At the same time, that is, at the beginning of the last century, Józef Sodomka from Wysokie Mito fell in love with horsepower under the hood of a car. His luxurious automobiles were bought by film stars and the cream of First Republic society. His magnum opus, the Aero 50 Dynamic, is the true turquoise pearl of the local museum. If we have 4 wheels and take away 1, we come to another automobile legend, the Velorex, nicknamed Hadrak. This originally budget-oriented vehicle for the disabled was developed by the Stransky brothers from Česká Třebová. It maintains its irresistible charm to this day. And if we take away another wheel, we're left with 2, but very fast ones. The Pardubicky Golden Helmet is a speedway race held on a dirt track in Svítkov. World champions have been raising the dust here for many years. Just a few years younger are the races for fans of the wavy track. Again, fast wheels, but this time motocross and the World Championships in Holice. Pardubicky gingerbread. Yummy. With gingerbread in hand, let's get a taste for other attractions, curiosities, and other bits and pieces. Young spectators love Chudrim marionettes and their unique presentation of marionette theaters from around the world. Adults are enthralled by Smetana's Litomyshl International Opera Festival. The breeding of the Kladruby horses is a national cultural treasure, the history of which goes back to the 16th century. The blacks are bred in Slatyniany and the whites at the famous Habsburg stud farm. They are mainly used as carriage horses, but they are also ridden by the mounted police in Pardubicky. If you are still not dizzy from it all, you can lose yourself in the natural labyrinth in Brandis nad Orlicí. Search all ubiquitous, one of the main characters from the masterpiece of humanistic literature, Labyrinth of the World and Paradise of the Heart, by Jan Amos Comenius, created right here, will help you find your way. From the Teacher of Nations, it is only a short distance to Pardubicky University. This is the place to seek out the future of the region. Noble, persistent, elegant, and independent. This is the Pardubicky region.